Happy New Year from the Student Ministries office. My name is Abe Daniel and I serve as the Student Ministries Director. We're excited about 2012. I hope and pray each and every one of you have had a great Christmas season and are so excited about what God has in store for this calendar year. We're just a couple weeks short of our Leadership Congress. And the reason that I'm so passionate about what we get to accomplish that weekend is because it lays and establishes the entire foundation of all the leadership development we get to do in the course of one calendar year. I pray that you make plans to be with us. There's still time, still a little bit of space left, and we encourage you to be there, especially because we have some very special guests. Pastor Tommy Barnett of Phoenix First Assembly of God will be with us as one of our keynotes. Jeremy Affelt, relief pitcher of the San Francisco Giants, will be with us. He also played on the World Series 2010 team as well, and is still a Giants member to this day. And also Pastor Brett Allen, who currently serves as senior pastor of Bethel Church in San Jose, and also is a former district youth director for our district for 5 years. It is a great lineup. We also have some amazing announcements that we want to share with you throughout the course of that weekend about some new resourcing opportunities that have never been available before, but because of some unique things and some strategic planning from our advisory board and leadership team, we're excited about being able to share some of the things that God has opened up in this calendar year. Lastly, I just want to share with you on the subject of influence today. As we have just come out of the holiday weekend celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., something unique stood out. I was getting ready to jump on a plane the other day on Martin Luther King's holiday, and as I was researching and just kind of Googled really quickly, I read the bio of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As I read that bio on Dr. King, something popped for the very first time that I had never noticed ever before. He was born in 1929 and assassinated in 1968, which means that he actually had the greatest sphere of influence in his life was not in his 40s, 50s, or 60s, as our culture would typically state, but actually began in the 1950s, which meant that he would have been in his mid-20s and began from his mid-20s all the way into his late 30s, having some of the most unique global influence ever known to man. Dr. King's speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial that most of us know and have titled by the words, "I Have a Dream," has been rated as the #1 speech of the entire 20th century. It was a speech that mobilized a nation and truly the world to begin to think beyond their own culture at that time. For me, today as a young leader and those that specifically work with student ministries, I want to encourage you in the influence that you hold in your hands. What God has called you to do, the passion that He's placed in your heart, is not going to be something that is developed once you hit 40 or 50 or 60 or beyond, but rather is going to be developed based on the stewardship that God has trusted you with in the resources and also the opportunity He has given to you. Pastors, leaders, we are so excited. And with that announcement, also want to say we have March 17th, our first ever Influence Conference. On that weekend, it's our desire to challenge students to influence their world and the rest of the world as God has called them to. And we are praying that God will drop that passion. March 17th in the Sacramento area, and then again March 30th and 31st in Las Vegas in collaboration with our Vegas Fine Arts Festival. Great things are in store as we kick off a new calendar year. Make sure that you're with us at our Congress, our drive-ins that follow, and some amazing things that are hereafter. God bless you. We look forward to partnering with you and resourcing you from Student Ministries in 2012.